Hey, Mike. Hey. Do we want to change expectations for the season? Oh, you'd give us some more money for the transfer. Okay, gotcha. Well, we did just lose to Newcastle, so, I mean, that's tempting, I guess. Hello, my friends. Welcome into episode 7. It's continued to go, but we're doing all right. We got some revenge against Leicester. I'll show that to you. Never in a million years in your first season, if there's a tip I can give you for playing Football Manager, never take the bait. Never take the bait. It's like, oh, January 1st, you're doing better than expected. You want to dangle a little carrot out there? Oh, you want to go top half finish? You want to guarantee top 10? We'll give you an extra, not even 4 million. Well, and I guess they increased the transfer or the wage budget too. Oh, you want to qualify for the Europa League? Hey, here's another carrot. Always backfires. Don't do it. Ever. Just don't do it. Also, as you can see down here, the UK has officially left the European Union. There's a 17 foreign player squad limit. And the rest of the leagues will continue using work permits. EU players already playing in the UK have been given special status to allow them to stay as non-foreign until Monday, January 1st, 2024. So you have 3 years if you currently have them, like Marcos Alonso, although he's not ours, is covered for the next 3 years, at which they will require a work permit if they haven't gained citizenship by then. And Ireland will continue to be treated as non-foreign to the nations leaving the European Union because, nobody thought that through. Here's and obviously work permit is points system based on international appearances, league appearances, club continental competition appearances, club league position, and league reputation. Good times. Before we hop into all of the content today, I want to just give a shout out to a new patron on the channel, Vincent Remy. Hopefully I said that right, Vincent. Thank you so much for your support. It really means a ton. You'll have no idea how much getting that support is a boost as a creator. I literally, without my patrons, I don't Football Manager. I don't know if you know this is kind of a niche thing on YouTube. I wouldn't be earning enough income to justify using. This is not my full-time job, obviously. But I wouldn't be earning enough to justify all the time invested in playing and editing and recording and all that kind of stuff without the patrons. And it really is motivating. So this isn't a, begging. But if you enjoy the content, you're on episode 7 at this point. Consider throwing a buck or two my way, or just share it and help me get the views up with all the likes and all that kind of stuff. So thank you, Vincent. I want to give you a shout out because I tell my patrons, if you join, I'll give you a shout out in one of the videos. And I try and do it at the beginning where everyone watches to say publicly, thank you. So thanks for that. So as noted, we got our revenge against Leicester with a 91st minute winner from Goodmanson and an equalizer in the 74th minute for McNeil. So, I mean, when you look at the XG, we did better than probably we should have, right? It should have probably been a 1-1. They had more shots on target and all that kind of stuff, but I love, it was just very satisfying considering they had done that to us, right? They'd scored a late ball over the top or whatever and scored. So let's watch the goals here. Hey, look, that Vardy guy's pretty good. Don't worry, I had tightly marked and closed down on Vardy. And there he goes past our center backs. Second half, now we're attacking the same end. Svensson pings it over to McNeil, takes an interesting touch, and then slots it home. That was actually quite lovely, if you ask the manager. And then at the death, I wasn't really pushing for it. We were just like, we're away. I'll take a 1-1. Ball played into space. Slots it home. Beautiful. I love a ball played into space. It's one of my favorite things in football. Just, so good. The opposite could be said of us playing against Newcastle. My goodness. They scored 2 goals in the first 9 minutes. And we had was that a missed penalty? Shouldn't, when I highlight, that turn into something? I think that was a missed penalty. Let's look. Did he miss a pen? Nope. Wasn't an own goal. Or maybe that's a disallowed goal. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it'll show us the highlight. It'd be great if you could get a tool tip about that. So, it was just ugly. Penalty was just the classic right back stuck his foot in after a guy went past him. You know, it's a little buggy. Let's let's go back in. I'm gonna leave that in, my friends, because it deserves it. You know, like we're figuring things out here in FM21. Ball up top, Wilson with 2 men back to cover him, and still, I mean, that's our backup goalkeeper who's not very good. He should have probably done better, but whatever. And then, oh, it's not even going to show you. I really wish it would show you the foul that led to the penalty, but anyway, Goodmanson and then Barnes. I thought, okay, 56th minute, we have a chance here, but they bunkered and we couldn't break them down. And again, when you look at the expected goals, we had 17 shots, 10 on target to their 6 and 5, but the expected goals are pretty even. It was kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. So that's what's going on there. I still need to go play the Everton game and bring you back for the Blackburn game. However, we have sold Eric Peters for $2.5 million to China. This is what when you get a little snippy with the manager and you're 32 and starting to fall apart physically, bad things happen to your career. Or maybe good things. Maybe you're going to go make a ton of money over China and you wanted to leave. But he was worth $2 million. They offered $2.5 million. I was like, done. Done a million times over done. Because we have Alonso, Taylor, Ben Mee can cover there. Robbie Brady can cover that. We've got, knock on wood, we have more than enough cover at left back, assuming we don't have like a slew of injuries. This guy's already failing. Like, I thought it was good value, to be honest with you. Hey, you're going to give us more than what he's worth and it reduces our wage budget? Abso-freaking-lutely. Let me show you 2 of the targets we are going after. I'm trying to finish scouting so we can figure out what we're going to do in terms of replacing for next season. That's the big thing. Here's our first option, Jordan Amavi. Coming off his contract, isn't going to sign a new one, is unhappy at Marseille, right? Yeah. I was like, Marseille. They've got him listed because they're trying to get anything for him for 1.7. So we could take him now, but we don't really need him now. Again, I'm not saying he's a worldie, okay? He's currently potentially the second best option on the team behind Alonso, and he might have some potential, but he's available on a free. That's the thing. If we could sell and then pick up on a free, that seems like a good move. Again, I'm waiting to see how the scouting turns out, to make a decision here. Again, you don't see any like bright green, like, ooh, sign me notifications like you do with Alonso, but Alonso's 28 million. If we could get somebody for free that's almost as good and go invest that money elsewhere, that seems like a good idea. The other option is Jetro Willems, who the only thing I'm really worried about is his concentration. He does have some balance and pace and acceleration, so good for playing our pressing and then getting back, since everybody is slow. Maybe we put him on set pieces. He's the guy that covers Jamie Vardy. And he looks pretty tasty, if you ask me. On with Eintracht Frankfurt. Look at all the teams that are interested. So that's kind of in our level, right? Brighton, Everton, Southampton, why did I say Southampton? West Ham, Lyon, that type of thing. They've got him listed again for 1.6. But again, I would rather just say, hey, let's give you an end of contract and see if he comes. So those are 2 options I'm looking at. There's some others, but these are kind of the type ones. I want to say we absolutely smashed Everton, but really Dwight McNeil absolutely smashed Everton with a hat trick, my friends. Yes, he's quite good. Thanks for playing, sir. It was delicious. Now, we are ready to take on Blackburn. Not a full rotation, right? It's a rivalry game, but we do need to rest some players. So McNeil's going to start because he's on fire. Wood's going to play. Hopefully we can get him back into goal scoring form. He's kind of dried up a little bit. Goodmanson is going to play on the right because Jay Rodriguez has just come back off of an injury and he needs game time. Wilshire starts. Brownhill is going to get a game. We're going to play Mola because, again, that's what we agreed to. They're alone. We play Mola. Taylor comes in on the left. Me and Vavro because Tarkovsky has got a virus out for 5 days. Giglione is out with a twisted ankle for 2 weeks. And, Tarkovsky's out for a double hernia for 4 weeks. It was 4 to 6 weeks. Now it's 4 weeks. Kevin Long is out for 5 days with a virus. And that's where we're at. You'll notice we've loaned out Dale Stevens. We'll talk about that and some other transfer stuff at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. Svensson gets another go as well. With Paolo out, we don't really have another right back, which is, some would say, a problem. But Nick Pope is back, so that's, something. Yeah. Here we go. They play a 4-3-3 as well with a DM, a deep line playmaker, and a ball-winning midfielder. 2 inside cutting, a winger, and a forward. So that's kind of interesting. Hopefully we can apply that pressure with our wingbacks to keep them kind of back so they're not cutting in on Vavro and me and Mola. How about them apples? But if they do, right, hopefully Mola, and that, again, I know he's more of a support role rather than defend role, right? But maybe he can help cover those cut-ins, and we'll have more bodies in the danger area. Michael Olise is going to get to the bench today for the first time. He came in and he wasn't up to physical fitness levels because he just played a game. So that's why he doesn't start today. Otherwise, I probably would have given him a run out. But, you know, we're getting him in. We're getting him in. Pump fist, go smash some people. All right, Svensson and Chris Wood are motivated. A right back and a striker. Let's go. All right, like I said in other episodes, we're going to start skipping press conferences because it just takes too long. There's too many questions. And maybe that'll get better over time when I get more used to what the responses are, you know, as options down at the bottom, but I feel like I do a lot of this, and that's not very entertaining. So we're going to skip it. It was your typical like, hey, how are you going to handle a rivalry game and blah blah blah. It's like, well, we're going to play. How are you going to deal with Tarkovsky being out? Well, we're going to play somebody because we have to, right? Svensson, acres of space, takes his time, has a cup of tea, and finds Chris Wood. I mean, seriously, it's just like, well, like, you know, is he a milk first guy or is he a tea first guy? What are you? Apparently, that's a big deal in some circles. And then just takes his time. Chris Wood a little bit deeper, comes a little bit forward because he's a deep lying forward. That's how it works, my friends. That's a 0.3 on the expected goals. Really, I would have expected it to be a little bit higher because it was in the 6-yard box. Maybe it was because it was a cross or something. I don't know. When you're cutting inside right here, you'd think that's a pretty good chance, but I don't know. What do I know? Kaminsky, highlight continues. Holds onto the ball, picks out a pass. Right past Vavro. Whoa! That was a thunder shot. I mean, I can't really... Can you blame Pope? He's on a 6.7. Will it drop after this? I mean... he was closing the angle down, but, I mean, he just hit it hard, you know? A 0.2 on the expected goals. Are we going to go out in 2 cups? That's what the other reason I didn't want to rotate Wood and McNeil out was because we want to get to the 5th round according to the board. So that seems important. Yeah, Pope's on a 6.6, so the game at least is not fully blaming him. Taylor brings it down to Wilshire. Oh, mate, that was terrible. They cut off the passing lane. Just like we cut that one. Oh, my goodness. Why would you play it right back? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Here comes a goal. Oh. Well, that's the level that we're at. Come on. Oh, I was going to encourage it. Here comes another highlight. Goodness me. Goalkeeper is the key player for him right now. He's getting all the love in the highlights. Dak brings that down. Of course he does. We just let him have it. Played into space behind us. Nick Pope fell down. Nick Pope literally fell down. I mean, I know he was trying to, like, do the thing, but we're going to just go ahead and while that highlight. I just want to see. Let's watch the keeper because he went down to a 6.5 here. Watch intently. I mean, I think that was pretty poor. Old lady plays as our resident goalkeeper, and she might feel differently, but that seemed pretty poor if you ask me. We're going to go down to the half 2-1 or 3-1 if this highlight doesn't go our way. Here goes another one. Vavro finally gets a tackle in. Hey, you can use your foot to do that. No, and then just, oh my. Oh, should have been more, you could argue. Okay. Wilshire's getting skinned. Well, he's an advanced playmaker. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Why would you... Delicious is what I'm gonna say to that. We're gonna go for it. I guess. Why can't I drag players? Come on. people. We're going to go attacking. This seems fantastic. Oh, and I figured out what you have to do. You have to close... Well, okay. In the normal game, you have to close this down for this box to appear. I think that's also a bug, but we'll just go ahead and start the second half. Vavro is in danger of being booked. Well, that would mean he had done something. Brownhill on the corner gets... Okay. Thank you. I mean, that wasn't Tiki-Taka, but we got it there. I'm still leaving it on attacking. I think we have to send a message. Like, we got knocked out by Plymouth, boys. Like, come on. I mean, 2 guys were on him, and he just got... I mean, maybe it was well placed, to be fair. But no complaints from this guy. They're blinking. I'm going to encourage. Let's try that, see if we can get the... Yeah, we get the green face. The green face of goodness. The expected goals are pretty even. Yeah, that to me indicates pretty poor defensive work and or goalkeeping, right? If the expected goals are both right, you know, under 1 and it's 2-2, like... And Nick Pope is down to a 6.4. I feel like we're going to have to score 3 or 4 because I think they're more likely to score. You could argue we could help him out by dropping the back line a little bit. He's fluffed his lines there. Deary me. That's no problem because we have Peacock Farrell we could bring in as a sub. What if we subbed off Pope in this game in the FA Cup? It'd be horrific. Encourage again. I have no idea if does it go straight to penalties? That's extra time. That's just what we need. We've been the better team, now show it. That seems wise, doesn't it? Okay, I'd like to get Jack Wilshere off, but he's our most creative player. So we do have to watch his, you know, injury capability here. Mola swings over to Wood. Wood plays in Gunnarsson behind the play. Oh, it deserved the... Was he trying to place the shot into the corner, I guess? It deserved, I think, a little bit more there. Yeah, when you see it placed, like, put like that, like, oh, he's got recurring horrific injury. It's like, well... Ooh, we could bring on the new guy. Which is what we're gonna do. That's why we signed you, son. You could do the support or the attack, really. Well, if we're gonna play attacking, let's have you play attacking. The guys behind you are supporting, although Brownhill, I think I'm gonna put onto a central defender on defend and ease off your tackles because he's on a yellow. That might be one to take off. He says before he gets the yellow card accumulated. Yeah, I was just reading this. Right, I think we take him off to bring Jack Cork on. Get the yellow off. Jack is better. And he's also a pretty good ball-winning midfielder, as it is. It's not very good, is it? I'm going to demand more. We're all... This is, if you're new to my channel, this is such a GHG thing where, you know, like, it always goes to extra time and penalties. So now we got to take a look and see. Right. Okay, Brady is pretty good at penalties. So he could come play left back, because one of our left backs is knackered. What's his finishing like? 12. Barnes is a 12 and 13 and a 14. We could bring Barnes on somewhere. I don't really have a place to, because I don't want to take any of these guys off. Alonso, 14 finishing, good composure, 12 penalty. He could come on as the left back. Let's do that, because I think if Taylor's knackered, okay, let's look at McNeil, actually. How McNeil is a 9 on penalties, 13 on finishing. Oh, I don't like any of these options, but Taylor hasn't played a bunch, so we'll bring on Robbie Brady as the left winger. I don't know if we get an extra sub or not. We'll try it here in a minute. Gunmanson, finish the deal. Finish the deal! Jack Clark! First goal of the season. Great time to get it, people. We're going to go back to positive. Actually, no. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it for the sake of saying we did. We're going to go play defensive. Oh dear. Okay. Who's who here? You're the most defensive player we have. So you just play a DM. You come over here and play a deep line playmaker run defend, and you do the attacking thing. And you do the supporting thing. And let's waste some time. And let's be disciplined. I'm even going to drop the line because I think we're tired. That makes sense, doesn't it? We're tired. We're not going to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. We're tired, so we want them to not be able to play a ball over the top on us. While we're at it, can we make a last minute? Oh, we can make a forced sub. Gray Hair Gaming learning things. Hit the like button. Yeah, I think you bring on Alonso, right? You can just say, mate, just play defend, please. Like, lead that back line. Lead the back line. I'd be really devastated if it did like a quick review and it turns out it's no goal, and then I've already made my subs, but I don't have a chance to stop it from making the subs. There's a little old school Burnley left in us where we got the set piece and we head it in. They're going 4-2-4. They're going for it. They've pushed forward. And my friends, we have gotten through by the skin of our teeth and increased our injury risk, but we are through with a 117th minute winner from Cork. I mean, I really want to say we're going to have to work on a few things, but it's like, look at the ratings. I feel like if I say that, the ratings are gonna be bad. So I'm going to say that was a good one for us. I don't agree, but you have to take into consideration how I would go in there like, boys, I'm all out of water bottles. Yeah, he scored. Fantastic. Yes, he played well. I don't know. I like that question where like you can give the response after answering like 2 or 3 questions individually about your players. You're like, I don't want to answer individual questions. We're not going to guarantee Michael anything in the papers, but we are through. Yes, we are through with lots of confidence, clearly. Do we already know who we're getting here? The next round, 4th round, when's the draw? The draw is in 2 days, and the game is shortly thereafter. So I'm going to take us forward to the draw. But first, let me show you the transfers we got in the mix here. We are loaning Josh Benson out essentially. Is it essentially for wages? It's darn close to being for full wages. I tried selling him. I was trying to sell him for like 20 grand with a percentage of next sale clause. No one is interested. So 2 teams have offered to loan him in Colchester and Port Vale, and it's just essentially to reduce our wages a little bit because he's not going to make it. I wish we could sell him. We've put in a bid for 11.5 rising to 17.25, my friends. I guess I could show you. 11.5 up front, 4 million. So guaranteed 15.5, and the rest is all based on other things. For this Turkish guy, Abdul Kadir Umur. But the problem is, as you'll see here, Manchester United and RB Leipzig are also interested. I think he's probably going to go to Manchester United. But it's like, you're going to get more playing time with us, bro. Like, but he checks all the boxes, right? He's outstanding at the inverted something. He's 21, so he check. Oh, this is what life must be like as a Burnley manager and or fan, where you're like, look at that great player who said no. Look at that great player who said no. And then the other one is, as you can see here, for $2.5 million, Robin Quaison. He wants 60 grand a week, which is a lot. However, I think he's pretty darn good. We're taking a little bit of a flyer, to be honest with you. I thought for, $2.5 million, that's not bad. Just based on that, even though we don't have him fully scouted. Our scouts are super busy, and I've tried to clean up the list a little bit. He's not perfect, but again, his versatility and the price point made it interesting to me. He is not interested in signing a contract with mine, so they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to cash in. So I was like, I'll pay it. Well, is he interested? We'll find out, because all these other clubs have offered end of contract. So you would hope that mines would be like, hey, Robin, why don't you take that offer from Burnley so we can get paid? But he probably doesn't care. And then Joel Mabongo came back from on loan at St. Mirren. They were only paying $875 a week of his wages, and then they offered half of that, and I was like, no. So we have tried to sell him, and we've got Jan Regensburg. Yeah, we all know them from the second Bundesliga, who have offered 80 grand, and it's there's some sort of a clause. Wait for it. 30% selling. So we're getting a little less of the value. At that point, it almost doesn't really matter. Get somebody to give him something for us, reduce our wages by 2.2 grand, which saves us, what is that, 8 grand, almost 9 grand a month. And maybe they can improve him and sell him on in the future. He's just not going to I kind of like him from his physicals, but he's essentially just a physical beast, and the technicals and mentals aren't there, and it would really take some investment of time for him to get any better. So all that to say, let's go forward to the next draw. All right, let's do the draw. Last thing today. Let's look at all 32 teams that are... No, it's not. Let's say we did. I'm just going to draw all the teams. We get Leicester. Oh, there are so many other good options. Ipswich being one of them. Any of the championship sides. But instead, we pull 10th place Leicester. They've bounced back. They were kind of down there. But currently, my friends, I guess we can finish on a high note. We are 8th, almost exactly halfway through the season. We are 8th, and even if Sheffield and Leicester win their next games, and same thing, everybody below us win their next games, we're still going to be 8th halfway through the season. I think that's positive. Looking at the table, West Brom, Southampton, and Fulham are the ones currently in the relegation zone. Also, Newcastle is hanging on by a thread, and Everton, Carlo Ancelotti, no, he just got sacked too. Oh, dearie me. Is that disrupted anybody in the squad? We might go take a little look at. I got your comments on Gomes. They've got him listed for 25.5. I don't know if I noticed that he was at 155 grand and would want 91 to 125 grand. That's a little too rich for my blood, and his physicals aren't fantastic. So that would be a pass for us. They did have Tom Davies loan listed. Thinking about it, but I can't. Oh my goodness. And that's really, they got this guy, but he's just kind of okay. 1.1 million though might be a flyer, but I don't really think we're in the position to take flyers, but you never know. When you see the green, you don't know what that means, if it's, settled status until whenever, or if it's listed. So I'm taking Delph is listed, but again, he's 31. So that's going to be a strong no from us. All right, my friends, next time you see us, we're going to be taking on Leicester in the FA Cup 4th round. We take on 9th place and 18th place Sheffield United. I think I said Sheffield earlier. I apologize, because somebody in the comments was like, don't call them Sheffield. Sheffield United and West Brom. And yeah, hit that like button. This has been a fun series. I'm enjoying it thus far. Can we get through 2 seasons before the full game comes out? That's the plan. I may even do FA Cup 4th round, and then when is the 5th round? Anybody know? Anybody? If we get through, we might do both together, just to say. And I wouldn't let you know in the how would we do that? So, because if you see a super long episode, you might know. So what'll it be? It'll be either be Leicester and somebody else down here. Oh, Man United, first place Man United, or it'll be Leicester and the FA Cup 5th round together, so we can get going towards the end of the season and take it that way. So again, thanks for your support. Thanks for all the likes and the views and all that kind of stuff. Spread the word. Thanks to these people that their name's going to be popping up here. I will get our new patron on there at the end of the month. So thanks for that. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.